Hello. Welcome back to the I Might Be Wong podcast with me, Mr. Wong. It's the podcast where, if I'm not white, I may be Wong. Here we discuss social issues about white people through the eyes of an opinionated Asian man. Today's topic is Starbucks. My coworker Sherry said this morning that she pulled into the drive-thru and saw 20 cars lined up waiting to place orders. So she decided to park and go inside only to find there was a line of 12 people in front of her. She was already pressed for time to make it to work by 9, but she wouldn't be able to get by without her fix for the day. She has to have the same drink every morning or she can't function. So she finally got to the counter and was able to order her normal venti iced almond milk, light ice with extra caramel drizzle and an extra shot of espresso with only 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla syrup with a single pack of Splenda on the side caramel macchiato. By the time her name was called at the counter, she only had 10 minutes to make it to work. So she rushed out the door, jumped in her car, and raced to work. It was only upon arrival and clocking in with no time to spare that she took a sip of her beverage and realized that the barista at Starbucks had used 2% milk instead of almond milk. So now Sherry's day was ruined. I looked at Sherry with sad, understanding eyes and I said, "I know exactly how you feel, Sherry. I had a similar experience this morning. I had to have a discussion with Theo's teacher. Yes, Theodore Wong, my firstborn son. Can you imagine if I named him Shady like I wanted to? Because he hit another boy that called him a Twinkie yesterday afternoon. The teacher took a long time explaining that Theo's home life needs to incorporate tolerance of boys will be boys, and that violence is never the answer, especially if he's been trained in martial arts, which he never has. And then before I left, I was asked where the best Chinese food restaurants were in the area. Definitely Panda Express, I replied. Panda for sure. So I barely made it on time this morning too. Sherry looked puzzled all the while I told her this, and she said, "Twinkies are delicious. I don't know why Theo would be upset over that." I said, "You're right, Twinkies are delicious. I like to have mine with crackers." She said, "Oh, I don't know about that. I may have to disagree with you there. But of course, if I'm not white, I may be Wong."